Hello everyone, good morning and good evening. So welcome everyone for you the Python series is. Okay. So let us start the session. So from the today onwards, we are going to be start with the Python with Django series. Okay. So with real-time oriented explanation and a real-time project. So let me explain and give the brief introduction about our course. The course duration is the 2 months. But here I'm not going to stick about the month or the duration. It will take 1 or 2 weeks plus. So almost 2 to 2.5 months. So in this month, we're going to be cover Python, Django, database with a real-time project. Okay. So daily we're going to be have 1 hour session. So the sessions from the Monday to Saturday. And let us have the 3 sessions. So these 3 sessions you can able to come for the sessions and you can able to confirm about the joining. Okay. So from the Monday onwards, we're having the regular sessions. I mean, today itself, we're going to be start the series. Okay. So anytime doubts we are facing, but while going the session, you have the doubt, you can able to raise it or else wait at the end of the session. I can able to clear. Okay. So if you want me to connect, so as per 8:30 p.m. IST, I can able to available and I will connect you individually to solve your doubts. Okay. Please note this time. So before that one also you can able to text any time in the day also you can able to text it. So let us have a 2 months of good journey over this Python with the Django with a real-time project sessions. So from my side I will give the 100% effort to be train you, and from your side also add 100% effort. So 1 hour session will be there, at least practice 1 or 2 hours. Okay. Next. So along with the Django, here I'm having the testing people also. So I will explain about the why the Python and the architecture of the Python. So how it will be helpful and everything. Okay. So next daily you are going to get after the uh, session you are having the 5 questions. So these questions will be helpful if you want to revise the subject as well as once the sessions are completed, if you want to go to the interview, whatever it is, these are helpful for you. And daily you are going to have the 2 to 3 labs. Okay. So after 2 to 3 weeks, we will start with the project. We'll see the all the scenarios along with the project. Okay. So in this project, if you have any idea, so and so idea, sir, can you explain so and so domain? I can able to explain that domain. Or else if you want me to take, I will take any one of the domain, banking domain, nothing but a financial, healthcare domain, retail domain, ERP. So number of domains are there. We'll take a one project, we'll learn through a project. Okay. So that's what we are saying about our is the real-time oriented structure. Okay. So let us back to this Python. So what is this Python? So how to use this Python? What are the uses? Is this Python is the new technology? Okay, let us see all the questions. But this Python is not a new one. So when this Python was introduced in the year of 1991. So if possible, let us make interactive sessions. Okay. So while I'm asking a question, if possible, you can able to unmute yourself, answer, and you can able to go to the mute. Okay. By whom? Udo Van Rossum. Where it was developed?
Netherlands.
in Google
National
Labs.
Research Institute of Netherlands. National Research Institute of Netherlands. Okay. So what is the basic purpose of this Python? So did they intentionally develop this Python? Basically, the Python was developed in the year of 1989. But it is came outside of the world. I mean, for example, if you invented any product, it should go certain phases of testing, and it should be go for to use to outside of the world. So when it was 1991 February 20th. Okay, so these are the years. By saying this one, the our Python is, we can able to say it is the before our Java and before our .NET. Java is came in the year of 1995 and .NET in the year of 2000. So our Python is older than these two technologies. But if you observe 2 to 3 years back, everybody saying about the Java, .NET. When compared to the Python, the industry was in the Java. The industry was in the .NET. So other than this Java.NET, we are having a few tools. That is the second scenario to support these web applications. Okay, but why the Python is now coming to the market? The reason is, so the first phase of our applications are completed. For example, now you can able to sit in your home and you can able to order anything. You can able to purchase anything. But now the industry is going to move forward. So instead of you to be give some control over the phone, so simply you are going to speak, Alexa, please do some work. It is doing. Now Tesla into the market. So coming nothing but the coming future is for the artificial intelligence. The coming future is for the machine learning, data science. Okay. So through the commands, through the voice command, through the signals, we are going to be operate our equipments. Okay. So where this Python is using, the Python was why the Python is, so the Python was used in many places. So what are those? To develop a web applications, to develop a web APIs, in automation testing, to develop a gaming applications, to develop a artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, networking applications. So the best example of networking application is the WhatsApp. So that who developed this WhatsApp now, he's from the networking guy. So because these many places we are going to be use this Python. So but can I use the .NET, Java and other web technologies and any other server technologies to develop means, you know, you can able to develop web applications by using the Java, .NET, PHP and other, and web APIs you can do. You can use the C# as Java as automation testing. Okay, you can able to develop a gaming, but these four scenarios will be satisfied by the any other technologies. But coming to the Python, other than this one, we are having a rich set of data types and a rich set of program to develop artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, and networking application. Such a big and different types going to be developed by the Python, but Python is a very simple and easy language. It is a very simple and easy language. So these many 8 to 9 different areas you are going to be developed even you are having a very simple and less code. Okay. So here our motive of the sessions are we are going to be develop a web applications. So to develop this web application, we need Python, Django. Simply we are calling as a Django, but it is a Django and the database. So to develop a web application, we need Python, Django, and the database. Okay. For the automation testing, we are going to use the Python, Selenium, and the tool, whatever it is. So if you want to develop web APIs, we need to use Python, Flask, on the database. So what is our database? Simply data storage. Okay. Simply data storage, where you can able to store the information to work with that information. That's it. So what is our Python? Python is a what type of technology? It is a server technology. Python is our server technology. So if Python is a server technology. How to develop web applications? So this Python is using Django to develop web applications. So to develop any application, what are the requirements? To develop any web application, even apps also, for example, YouTube app, Amazon, Flipkart, this type of the apps also, you require the three things. Three things are required. What are those? First one is the client side technology. Second one is the server side technology. Next one is the database. So what does this mean by client side technologies, and what are the client side technologies? Anyone?
JavaScript.
JavaScript. Everyone, please unmute yourself, answer the question. So there are three client side technologies only. What are those? Those are HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. If you are familiar with this JavaScript, Python is the very easy one. So entire world, there is a two technologies which are dynamically typed programming languages, which are coming to the client side, it's JavaScript, coming to the server side, Python. Okay, but even if you are new for this Python also, if you know the JavaScript, it was easy. But if you are new for Python itself, Python is a simple plain English. I want to print. I will show you the examples. Let us have the some introduction. After that, I will show the examples. But every day you are having the practical examples on. But initially, to explain the concept, let us have the some notes. Okay. So what are the server technologies? Python, .NET, Java. So number of things are there. PHP, number of things are there. Coming to the database, Oracle, MS SQL, MySQL. Okay. Here also we are having the number. Nowadays we are having the NoDB, MongoDB. Okay. So to develop any web application, these three things are required. So client side technology, server side technologies, and database. Sir, can you show how the client side? Can you show how the server side, and can you show the database? Yes, we can able to see. So here, if you observe, my website is there. Okay. So let me open some Amazon website. I will show you the practical. Okay. Here you can able to show the Amazon. But how you are going to be see the technologies which render the page showing to the user is nothing but a client side. I mean, once you develop the application, okay, whoever is accessing that application, those application will be displayed on the client machine. These client machine can able to understand your three things: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, not a Python, not a Java, not a so on so. See here. Here, if you expand the so on so pages, you can able to see some JS files. C. But we may not understand or understand the based on our, I mean, these are the encrypted files, nothing but encrypted files. You no need to worry. But it is the JavaScript file. Can I open the Python? What is the extension of the Python? .py. Where is my .py files? I don't have. Okay. So client side technologies are nothing but a which will be render the pages on the your web browser upon a certain request. Here I'm requesting the Amazon. Okay. The Amazon is going to be load here. So that's why entire world we're having the domains are the unique. For example, I want to give the VKC training. Can someone else use it? No. Can I use the Amazon dot in? No. Once if you try to purchase the domain, it will be say already it has been taken. It is not available. Okay. So who will control this? Domains means World Wide Web. www. World Wide Web will control all these things. World Wide Web will control all your web technologies. Okay, so the applications which will be loaded on the client mission, the files will be downloaded. These files are nothing but your client side. Hope you got it right. To serve this client side, I want to get the data. Where this information will be there? The information will be stored inside of your database. Can I connect directly from UI to database? No. Security issue. Security issue. If I able to directly connect, no. What will happen? Hackers will be hacked. So today we're having so and so amount in our bank, it is easy to theft. Okay, so to make it is a security, and not only the security, but have the number of reasons to write the logics, the security, to maintain the applications, number of reasons we are going to use the server technology. These server technologies are Python or your .NET or Java. Okay. So if I'm having the client side technology and server side technology, I want to develop an application using the Python. Is it possible? No. So that's why we need a Django is the framework used along with the Python to develop a web application. Django is a, so in these three scenarios, are you saying the Django? No. So Django is a framework used to develop web applications in Python. In Python. Okay. So hope everybody is clear, right? What is our Python? Why we are using Python? So nowadays, why the world is moving to the towards to the Python? Okay. So when this Python was introduced to, so please go a little back. Hope everybody take the notes parallelly. Okay. So if you're not come up with the notes today, text me. I will send you the today notes. So Django was introduced in the year of 2005. Flask was introduced in the year of 2010. Okay. So hope everybody is clear, right? Any questions?
Is there any framework like PyCharm?
PyCharm is not a framework, it is an IDE. Okay. So if you go here, here I'm having the IDE. PyCharm is an IDE. So what is this IDE? I will explain. I will show you in practical. So now you are clear about the Python, why it is used, but what the Python consists of. So anybody, can you just give a Python consists of? For example, comments, statements like this. Python contains statements. So what are the statements? A statement is nothing but an instruction. Any technology, if you take a Java technology also, if you take a .NET, if you take a Hadoop, whatever it is, you are going to write some instruction. That instruction will be executed by the either web browser and app. For example, here if you see, I want to display some data. So if I want to display here, I need to create a box. If I want to create a box, I need to depend on the design and fetch and show the information on the database. I need to depend it. Okay. So in such a cases, I need to write a program. Your program is nothing but a statements. Okay. So any program contain a statements. Statements are the instructions. Statements are the instruction to build or develop an application. Okay. So what type of statements here our Python is contains? First one is the comments. But is comment is the statement? So basically comment is not a statement, but why the comments are required? For example, today you are working on some feature. Okay. So let me give, for example, a person is working in the home dashboard for this Amazon, show the shop and parallel rewards daily. Okay. He's working. So after a few months, so client want to introduce something else. Okay. But client want to introduce something else means he wants to add some more thing here to show something else. So on the dashboard itself, I want to show the your orders in the same panel. What you will do? So you need to be go and explore the existing code. But code will be explored, but you need to be get why it is. To understand that one, we need to write a comments. Okay. We are using the Jira boards. About the Jira, I will explain in a detail in a later session, not now. Okay. So simply we're not going to write a very big comment, simple Jira comments, whatever it is, however you are following as per your company. Okay. Next, data types. So these data types are the heart of your application. The Python was used in a different places. Just now I said, na, the Python was used in the two categories to develop a web applications, to develop a scientific applications, artificial intelligence, machine learning in different places because of the data types. Okay, I will explain in detail about data types. Okay, so the Python contains such a data types which are not exist in other technologies also, which are not there. Okay, so next functions. Next conditional statements and looping statements. Next operators. So if you take any programming language, these are the common things. Next one is the keywords. So Python contain how many keywords? There are 30 keywords. If you're able to learn all these 6 different categories, your Python is complete. That's it. Your Python is complete. Is these 6 are enough? Yes. These 6 are the core components of your application to develop. Either if you want to write a comment or if you want to deal with the data, you must use a certain data types. I want to write a logic. The logic can be developed by using the functions. These functions will use a conditional statements, looping statements, and it will use some operators and keyword to perform a logic. That's it. Any programming language is simply a logic. So if you're able to understand that one, your task is completed. You are the happiest person in the software. But the file was, it's not a file. So we are a little confusing about the logic. So what to be used, why to be used, and when to be used. If you take any scenario, how many ways to develop that scenario? We are going to be seeing in our feature, now upcoming sessions. Okay. So if I have the ABC feature, so if you are able to know how many ways to develop that feature, I will show. Each scenario I will explain in the how many ways, 2 to 3 ways will be there. We'll see. If you're able to follow the 2 months with a dedication, right? So at least 50 to 60% we can able to avoid it to depend on a Google, because that is an open thing. Without a software, without using the Google software, people are little tricky. But fully concentrate, and here you can able to get everything end to end. Okay, so anytime you can able to question me, you can able to question me in the session also. Sir, you said something else, still I don't know. Okay, so because these are the recording and able to see by the everyone. Okay, next, if you're missing any session also, don't worry, I will send you the recording once our sessions are completed. I mean every daily wise. Okay, so let us see some Python programs practical. So if you want to work with this Python, what are the pre-requirements? Okay, from your perspective, if you don't know any, if you don't know about the Python also, don't worry. So from the scratch I will explain. Okay, so everything with advanced level. Okay, but what are your mission is required? So nothing but what are the softwares? Okay, first we need to be install Python framework. Okay, if you want to work with any program, first we need to install that specific program, either .NET Pro framework or Java framework, whatever. Okay, so for example, if you have the older version of the Python, or also if you don't have the Python, simply follow the steps. Okay, so currently I'm having the Python in my machine. Let me uninstall and install. Okay, if you are using the older version also, you can able to follow. You can able to simply uninstall and install again. So currently I'm having the Python 3.10 version. Let me uninstall. So if you want to do parallelly also, you can able to open your laptop and you can able to do parallelly, or else you can able to do after the session is completed also. Okay, that is your choice. So basically while installing the software, so people are facing the issues. That's why let me uninstall everything to be reinstall again. So in this case, while it is uninstalling, let us discuss about the versions of the Python. Python version. The Python was introduced in the 1991. What is that version? So anybody just give me the versions of the Python. So Python having the three versions only as of now. 1.0, 2.0, but you have the many subversions. Don't worry. 3.0. So this 1.0 is giving in 1994. So before this one, you are having the beta, alpha, different things are there. For example, you can able to see Facebook or sometimes or WhatsApp. They will first they will release the alpha versions, beta version, and then they will come up the major version. So first they want to test it outside. So that's why they taken the 2 years with alpha and beta different versions. In the 1994, the Python was came. Next 2.0 is came in the year of 2000. Next 3.0 in the came in the year of 2008. 3.7, the major and most useful release of Python is 3.7. It is in the 2018. So from this version, we are going to use this Python in the many different industries. Okay. So while you are using this Python is the server side technologies, so the people may ask the question, can I use the Java, can I use the Angular or the React, which are the new frameworks? Yes. The client side you can able to use your JavaScript or jQuery or else your Angular or React. Simply this Python you can able to use as web API development. Okay, so Uninstallation is completed. So Python launcher, let me uninstall this one also. Yes, completed. Okay. So these are the versions. So which version I need to be do? Which version I need to be take it? You can able to install the latest version of the Python. Simply go to the official website of the Python. Okay. So I will add this one in the chart. So here you are having the download Python 3.10.7. Okay. Either you can able to Windows if you are using the Mac OS, Linux, mostly 90% Windows. If anybody have the Mac also, you can able to use here. Mostly US people are using the Mac. Okay, simply click on a download. So now my Python is downloading. Okay, so I will install. Before going to install, so one more thing, I'm having the interpreter. See here, already there is one more interpreter. It is so let me uninstall this one. So what is this interpreter? I will explain. Okay. So while you're following the some channels, while you're following the some things, people will explain, you need this one to be installed. But what about the interpreter? They will be forget to be explained to you, or else they will not explain. We are going to be struggle. It is Python is not working, nothing. So from the scratch, we are going to be see here. So are you seeing the interpreter now? No. Okay. So before going to be install, let me open and check. Did I have the Python or no? How to check Python is there or not? Simply open a command prompt, type Python. Okay. So it is opening some app store. So nothing but the Python was not installed. Okay. So it is go and check for the Python is not installed in my machine. That's why it is checking for some app store to install. I just closed that one. Once the Python is installed, how you are going to be seen, I will explain now itself. You can able to see. So by this, I can able to say the Python was not installed. Okay. So open this one. Okay. So download from here in this URL link. Okay. So anybody need this document, ping me. I will send you the installation document. So once you downloaded, you are going to get like this. So here simply click on install now. Okay. Setup is in progress. So Python is a very easy, friendly language. A very simple English. I will show you. Okay. The installation is going on. So here if you observe now, this is the Python for Windows. So Python for Windows, Python for Mac, Linux, different things are there. So anybody in the attendees having a Mac OS?
Yes, I'm using Mac.
Okay, sure. So mostly US members use the Mac, I know. So here you are having a Mac OS. Simply download this and install. Okay. So if you have any issues, let me know. I will explain. So almost done. It will take 1 or 2 seconds. So the installation will be depends on your system performance. Don't worry if you take the 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or else 2 to 3 minutes. Done. So you are going to get this one successfully installed. So now the Python is installed. Can I use the Python now? But Python is not ready to install. So this is nothing but a Python framework is installed. So this is nothing but your Python framework is installed. But I need to work with the Python. So let us see and write a simple addition program. So basically I was not interested to show the addition. We'll show the practical program. So let us have the small. So let me open this command prompt, type Python. Once you install the framework, right, do this is the one. Open a command prompt, type Python. So if Python is installed, then Python runtime will start. I will show you how the Python runtime will start. So Python is not installed. It will open a app store. Okay. So instead of it will open app store, you also can able to open your app store. Simply type app store here. So again, you need to search for it. See here. Simply read out it. So Python interpreter or runtime. Why this interpreter on the runtime? For example, I want to execute a Python program. Where you want to execute? You require some runtime or no? You require some interpreter or no? Nothing but you require some environment. So the Python framework is nothing but you are ready to use this one. Okay. So nothing but if you want to travel somewhere else, you need to you need to book a ticket. So our ticket booking is completed. But how you are going to be travel? Either bus or a plane. Okay. So now you need an item to travel. So the item here is the bus. Okay. So the item here it is our runtime environment. Simply click on install. Okay. So this will be open. Simply click on install. Okay. This is your runtime environment. What is the runtime environment means? If you want to run a program, an environment is required. This is the one. So earlier it is successful. Let me close that one. So once you deploy this Python into the server, for example, if you take a server from the Azure, if you take the server from the Google, whatever it is, if you take the server from the GoDaddy, different people are providing servers, right? At their Python framework is required, runtime environment is not required. Because as a developer, you need to be develop your application and you need to be run it, right? Yes. Simply here, if you want, you can able to read out. They are giving the information. So about the Python. Okay. So it will take 2 more seconds. So you may have the question in your mind. So other than this runtime environment, can I use the different environment like PyCharm? Somebody asked sometime back, Anaconda. Those are IDs, integrated development environment. So environment is required to write a program, but runtime must be required to serve that ID also. Okay. Are you clear? Any questions up to here? Any doubts? Any clarifications need? Okay. So now it is successful. Okay, let me close this one. Okay. Sometime back here we have typed the Python. Now type the Python. So now the Python is installed in your machine. That's why I said here Python installed, Python runtime will start. See the Python runtime. So here three greater than symbols. So here you are going to be write your Python program. Okay. So once the Python is successfully installed, you are going to be get it. So here see users. So something you are going to be see, right? Don't worry about the path. Simply open your command prompt. Don't be check exact path. See users, for example, if you're using a Dell laptop or maybe Dell or Lenovo, something will become, or Mac something. Or else if you are giving the username, whatever your username is, Jansi, that it will be show like users slash Jansi. So in my system, it is created as a home. That's why it is showing as a home. So next run this is one. So by this Python is installed, Python runtime also installed. So let us see some program. Okay. So perform the calculation. 1 plus 1, 2. Okay. Next. So the Python is used in the scientific applications, right? The scientific applications in the sense, what type of the data you are going to be add? Anyone? The complex numbers. The complex numbers or addition is very easy and a single step in the Python. Whereas use where if you are using in a .NET or Java, whatever different languages, it is very difficult. Okay, see here. 1 plus 2j. How the complex number will be there? So a plus b j. Okay, a and b are the your name. You need to be given some literals. 1 plus 2j. So what will be the output? So 1 plus 1 become a 2 plus 2 plus 2 become a 4j. Okay, let us see the output. Press enter. 2 plus 4j. Yes. So this is the what you can able to work in the runtime environment. If I show like this, I need to write a program. It is not about a 1 plus 1 addition, 2 plus 2 subtraction, something else. It's not a like that, right? I need to write a some logic. Where to write a logic? Can I write a multiple logics here? Can I write a some functions? Can I write a some program? This command prompt is not enough for you. Okay, so if you are you, so this command prompt is not enough for you. Okay, based on your requirement is to learn about calculations, it is enough. I want to do something else. I just want to print hello. I can able to print such a small statements. Next, so before going to the next, I will explain one thing. If you take any programming language, they will have the compatible for the higher program. For example, if I use the 2.0, it will be support the 1.0 and 2.0. If I use the 3.0, 3.0 will be use the 1.0 and 2.0 syntaxes. Yes or no? Yes. Coming to the Python, Python versions does not support prior versions. So remember this point. For example, if I want to use the 2.0, for example, Python 2.0, earlier we are using like this. If you want to print anything else, print, so something if you want to text like this. But whereas in the Python 3.0, if you want to print, you need to use like this, braces. So specifically Python, you does not have the prior version support. Okay. So in case the prior version support is not there, how I need to be work? So you don't worry, we will see. I will explain. In the virtual, we are going to create a virtual environment to work as per the versions to be work. We'll see. Okay. Hope you clear, right? So the prior versions of Python is not going to be support, but a few concepts can be there, but there is a syntactical changes are there. So these are the one simple example. So let me use this one print. Sir, can you please show? Hello. So what is the version of the Python? Currently, I'm having the Python version is 3.10.7. No, nothing but a 3.0 plus version, right? So it will be support to 2.0 version print. So now press enter. It is saying syntax error, missing the parenthesis. Do you mean Python braces? Do you mean Python braces? It is saying about. Okay. So this is the point. Please remember. If anybody ask this question, will be one of the important. So prior versions will be supported now. Okay. So as of now, I have shown you the program using the command prompt. So this command prompt is enough to work with a logics to write a programs functions. No. So I need to go and depend on IDE. What is mean by IDE? Integrated Development Environment. So what are the IDEs? For example, you are having the IDs are depends on your program. If I want to use the Java Eclipse, okay, number of things are. If I want to use the .NET Visual Studio, like this, if I want to work with the Python, many options are there. Okay, so many IDs are there. Whatever the ID you are prefer, you can able to use. So here you are having the PyCharm, Visual Studio Code, Eclipse you can able to use, Jupyter you can able to use. If you want to use the Anaconda, you can able to use the number of IDs are there. Okay. Sir, which one is the recommended? There is no recommended for this IDs. You can able to use as per your comfortable. So basically, if you're working with the Microsoft technologies, now you can able to use the Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code, both are different. So basically, I'm working with the Microsoft technologies simply. So I'm having the habit on this Visual Studio Code. So this Visual Studio Code is used to develop Angular, React, different applications also. Okay, this is nothing but a simple ID, nothing. So how to install, I will explain. See here. So go to this Visual Studio Code. Here you are having the download, right? Click on this download. Okay, I just clicked on the below one. Here the Windows, I clicked on here. Okay, so if it is detect automatically, you can able to click. If it is not detecting automatically my operating system, that's why just open and click on the Windows. So use this ID. You can able to use any ID. There is no issue. ID is nothing but an editor. If you want to use Notepad plus plus also you can able to use. Notepad also you can able to use. But if I use the Notepad plus plus, I don't have the tree, right? I just want to see the application folder structure. I will showcase you. It is not possible. Okay, that's why this Visual Studio Code is the free version. Okay, so no need to purchase, no need for the developer. There is no developer and different versions are there. Simply straightforward, only one version. For example, if you want to work with Oracle or .NET, there is a versions are there. Professional, community, developer versions like this. There you need to be download the developer version is nothing but a free. So remaining will be the purchased one. So now I'm installing this Visual Studio Code. Okay. So by this session, we are going to see about the basic of Python introduction. Next, we are seeing about how to complete the setup with a simple program. So based on your comfortable, you can able to use anything else. So finish, completed. Okay, my setup is completed. So let me take it. So completed. So once it is complete now, let me open Visual Studio Code. So I'm just opening Visual Studio Code. After the installation, it will automatically open, or else from here you can able to type Visual Studio Code. You can able to choose from here. It will open. Okay. So now I'm having a Visual Studio. Now I need to create a Python. How to create Python? See here, steps to create a Python, simple Python program. Steps to create a simple Python program. Okay, let us see the steps. So here you can able to create a some path. You can able to create a, let me create Python space. So remember this point, please don't give any spaces. And don't be give a fast pf, don't be give anything else. If you want to use underscore, you can able to use. Okay, Python programs. I just created a folder in step number 1, create a folder. Let me go to the step number 2. I'm just creating a folder. So copy this folder path, open Visual Studio Code, go to the file, open the folder, give that path. So as of now, I don't have anything, I don't have any file. Okay, simply just open the path, that's it. Step 2, copy created path, go to VS Code, Visual Studio Code, simply call as VS Code. Next, go to file. So next, go to the file, click on open folder and select that folder. Open folder and select that folder. Either you can able to copy paste that folder which you copied, whatever you want. Simple. So now Python program, so the folder is open. See here. Here you are having the new file, right? Simply click on a new file. So let me give hello.py. See, any file you can able to give. I'm just want to print a hello, na? So that's why. Simply click a hello, click on a new and add a file. Next step number 3. Give me 2 more minutes. I will run this small example. Will conclude today's session. Okay. Click on new. So here if you click on a new and create a file with extension. What extension? .py. Py. Nothing but a Python file. If you are using HTML, .html. If you are using the CSS, .cs, .js, .dll, .jar file. So like this, py. Okay. So let me. Okay. So here you can able to write the program. Print. So if I want to print this hello, what are the next steps? So how to work with, how to run this program, we'll see in the next session. Okay, so as of now we have installed the ID. So any questions up to here?
Hello.
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
Should I go
Yes.
first?
Yeah.
Yes, I see that this environment has an extension. What would be better, to install it or just run the extension in Chrome?
So for the Visual Studio Code,
Yes.
so simply whatever I given the link, right? You can download that one. That's it enough.
Okay, thanks.
So if you want anybody need this download steps, I just detail, right? Just ping me. We will send you that steps and the process, whatever we have created. So next to see here, my program is running. So here I'm having the run Python file. It is running. But in your mission, if you're not able to see. So what are the next steps? We'll discuss tomorrow. Yes, everyone, please go ahead with your doubts. Yes, Ceci. Any doubts? So what have discussed today? Where Python using Python versions next Python installation steps. Okay, so please complete all this one. Okay, so I mean after next week, end of this weekend, I will send you this a lab link. We're having a dedicated website where you need to be post the labs and everything. Okay, so any questions? Okay, team, that's it for today. We'll meet tomorrow. Please use the same link. So anybody having the still questions, please be wait. Others we can able to leave for the day. Thank you for your joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.